If you're a man over 60 and you eat fruit every day to protect your heart, energy, and manhood, this may shock you. One common fruit could be hurting your circulation, making it harder to get an erection, and draining your energy without you even knowing it. What if the problem isn't your age at all, but what's on your plate right now? You could be doing everything right, yet still feel weary, sluggish, or disconnected from your body. Stay with me, because at the conclusion of this video, you'll know exactly which fruits to quit eating right away and which ones will provide you energy after 60 faster than most supplements. If you want practical, science-based senior health ideas that will help you keep your independence, confidence, and quality of life, this channel is for you. Sign up now because every week we tell you what really works for seniors to live a healthy life without fads, fear-mongering, or hard-to-understand medical terms. If you sign up today, you could spare yourself years of frustration later. I'll explain why most doctors don't warn men about the fruit we're about to talk about in a moment. Why men over 60 should be careful with fruit. For most of their lives, men over 60 have been told the same thing: eat more fruit, it's natural, nutritious, and safe. But practically no one tells you that your body processes fruit quite differently at 60, 65, or 70 than it did when you were younger. If you keep doing the same things without making changes, you could be speeding up aging from the inside. Harvard Medical School says that changes in insulin sensitivity that happen with age can start as early as the late 50s. This means that sugar, especially fructose from fruit, stays in your blood longer, which can hurt blood vessels, nerves, and hormone signaling. Picture doing what you think is right every day, but without knowing it, you're making the systems that keep you energized, confident, and free weaker. This is where the risk gets hard to see. Fruit sugar doesn't make you feel bad right away, which is why so many guys don't link it to tiredness, weight increase around the waist, or lower performance. Mayo Clinic research demonstrates that even little rises in blood sugar levels can cause persistent inflammation and oxidative stress to build up, which are two of the main causes of erectile dysfunction and heart disease in men over 60. Take a moment to think about whether you've noticed that your energy doesn't last as long as it used to, or that it takes longer to recuperate. What if this isn't aging, but the result of eating items that were said to be safe? Fructose metabolism is what makes fruit especially dangerous after age 60. Fructose is mostly broken down by the liver, while glucose is broken down by the body. Studies in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition reveal that eating too much fructose raises fatty liver markers, even in men who are not overweight. This is more important than most men know because the liver is in charge of balancing testosterone, cholesterol, and inflammation. When the liver isn't working well, testosterone signaling diminishes, blood flow slows, and the body puts survival ahead of performance. Think about how your body would quietly go to energy conservation mode without you ever knowing what set it off. Most conversations leave out one important part: the flexibility of fruit and blood vessels. The American Heart Association says that the quality of your blood vessels, or endothelial health, is important for healthy erections, brain function, and endurance. Over time, these vessels become stiffer when you eat a lot of sugar, even if it comes from natural sources. That rigidity doesn't make a big noise. It shows up as cooler hands and feet, slower mental clarity, and less responsiveness where it counts. Ask yourself honestly, when was the last time your body responded easily? This is why so many men are angry. They eat fruit, walk a lot, and don't smoke, but they still feel like something is slipping. Researchers at Harvard have stressed that after age 60, the quality of your diet is less about healthy foods and more about meals that are good for your metabolism and work with your aging body instead of against it. Fruit isn't always harmful, but the wrong kind of fruit at the wrong time might quietly ruin your energy after 60 while trying to help. That conflict is what keeps so many good men from doing what they want. Now is the time to pay close attention to this tipping point. It's not about fear or limits, it's about being exact. When you know which fruits make you feel bad and which ones help your hormones, circulation, and inflammation, you can take back control. Imagine waking up and knowing that your breakfast is helping your heart, mind, and confidence instead of hurting them. That one modification can affect how you feel in just a few weeks. And here's the cliffhanger that most men never hear from their doctor. One of the most popular fruits in the world directly affects the blood flow mechanisms that are important for men over 50 to get an erection. People consume it every day and don't question it very much. In the following part, I'll tell you exactly what fruit it is, why it creates this problem after age 60, and what to consume instead to fix the damage organically. The fruit that quietly hurts erections after 60. Let's talk about a fruit that most men over 60 have consumed for years without thinking twice about it. This fruit is typically advised for energy and potassium, but as you get older, it slowly hurts blood flow, hormone signaling, and erectile strength. The banana is that fruit. Bananas may seem harmless or even helpful at first, but the way an older man's body reacts to them is totally different. Harvard Medical School says that older persons' insulin responses are greater when they eat foods with a lot of sugar. Ripe bananas are shockingly high on the glycemic index. Think about sending a stress signal via your blood every morning without even knowing it. This is important for erections and health after 60 for these reasons. Insulin surges don't just raise blood sugar, they also stop the body from making nitric oxide. Without nitric oxide, blood vessels can't relax and fill up properly, which makes erections weaker, slower, or less consistent. The American Heart Association has made it very apparent that endothelial dysfunction, which is when blood vessels can't grow, is one of the first indicators of heart disease and erectile dysfunction in older men. Stop here and question yourself honestly. Are your erections less predictable, even when you still want them? Timing and frequency are what make bananas especially hard to deal with. A lot of men consume them first thing in the morning or as a healthy snack, which means their insulin levels go up and down all day. Research from the Mayo Clinic demonstrates that recurrent insulin spikes make arteries stiffer and make the body store more fat in the abdomen. Both of these things make testosterone less effective. This makes a bad cycle where the body gets less sensitive, energy declines faster, and confidence slowly fades. Imagine that your body seems to wait before responding. This is frequently the physiological cause. This is the bit that most men never hear. People often say that bananas are good for you because they have potassium in them. However, potassium alone can't fix the damage that sugar does to blood vessels. Harvard nutritionists say that potassium is more safer to get from low glycemic foods that don't put stress on insulin pathways. If you've been using bananas to do the right thing, this discovery could make you feel uneasy, but it's also empowering since it indicates the situation can be fixed. This is the hopeful change. Many men over 60 say they feel more energetic in the morning, their mood is more stable, and their circulation is better within weeks of cutting out high glycemic foods like bananas. This is not because they added something new, but because they took something bad away. Imagine waking up with more stable energy and fewer crashes just by changing one thing you do every day. But bananas aren't the only fruit that is secretly working against you. There's another type of fruit that looks even better, stays fresh longer on the shelf, and is often sold as natural fuel. But it also makes your arteries age quicker than most desserts. In the following part, I'll talk about how dried fruits can cause concealed inflammation after age 60. Then I'll show you the first fruit that actually slows down the aging of blood vessels. The inflammation trap that most men over 60 get into. People typically think of dried fruits like raisins, dates, and dried apricots as a clean alternative to candy. They're compact, easy to carry, and advertised as being natural. But for men over 60, eating dried fruit can quickly cause chronic inflammation without them even knowing it. When you dry fruit, you take off the water and volume, which makes the sugar concentration quite high.
Mayo Clinic study shows that a small amount of dried fruit can have the same amount of sugar as several pieces of fresh fruit, but it doesn't have the fiber that slows down absorption. Imagine pouring fuel on a fire that is already silently blazing inside you. Inflammation doesn't just cause pain and swelling, it also hurts the lining of blood vessels and makes nerves less sensitive. Harvard-led studies have revealed that long-term low-level inflammation is one of the best signs that men over 60 will develop erectile dysfunction, memory loss, and tiredness. The difficulty is that inflammation doesn't hurt right away. It feels like your body is less alive than it used to be, or like you have stiffness in the morning and take longer to recuperate. Think about when stiffness started to seem normal. This is when dried fruit becomes really harmful. The American Heart Association says that eating a lot of sugary snacks might boost triglyceride levels, which makes blood thicker and makes circulation less effective. Blood that is thick flows slowly through narrow veins, and erections depend on blood flowing quickly and freely. This is why juice might give you a quick boost of energy, but then you might feel tired, foggy, or irritable. Think about how your body would respond all the time instead of working smoothly. This isn't aging, it's metabolic overload. Now let's talk about what really works. Blueberries are one of the most powerful fruits that men over 60 should eat instead. Blueberries have a lot of flavonoids, which are known to lower oxidative stress and make endothelial function better. A big research at Harvard that looked at tens of thousands of men discovered that those who ate a lot of fruits high in flavonoids had far lower incidence of erectile dysfunction and heart disease in older men. Picture picking a fruit that not only doesn't harm you, but fixes damage at the cellular level. Blueberries also keep blood sugar levels stable instead of making them go up. This is important because stable blood sugar helps keep your energy level stable, your brain clear, and your hormones signaling more reliably. A lot of guys say that when they switch from dry fruit snacks to blueberries, their afternoon crashes become better and their mental focus gets better. Think about how good it would feel to sit with your family at night and not feel tired. That's the long-term benefit of picking the right fruit. But don't get too comfortable yet. Most guys think that one extra fruit habit is healthy, and doctors don't often question it. It may be worse than soda after 60. In the next section, we'll debunk the myth about fruit juice and show you which fruit naturally increases blood flow and energy. The juice lie. Why drinking fruit juice makes you age faster after 60. Fruit juice is one habit that is hurting men over 60 more than nearly anything else. Every day, orange juice, apple juice, and blended immune blends that are promoted as pure, natural, and heart-healthy are quietly overwhelming the metabolic systems of older people. Harvard Medical School says that taking fiber out of fruit changes how sugar works in the body. This lets sugar quickly flood the bloodstream and raise insulin levels much higher than solid foods ever could. Imagine pouring sugar directly into your bloodstream within minutes of waking up, without using your body's natural brakes. The American Heart Association has said that many times that liquid sugars, even those that come from fruit, are one of the biggest causes of vascular aging. This is especially harmful for men over 60 because blood vessels naturally become less flexible as they get older. When sugar gets into the bloodstream too quickly, it accelerates endothelial dysfunction, which is the process that slows down blood flow to the heart, brain, and pelvic area. Take a moment to think about this honestly. If your erections or memory or stamina aren't as strong as they used to be, what if your healthy morning juice is making the problem worse? Research from the Mayo Clinic shows that drinking juice frequently boosts triglycerides, thickens blood, and increases oxidative stress, all of which makes circulation less effective. Blood that is thick flows slowly through narrow veins, and erections depend on blood flowing quickly and freely. This is why juice might give you a quick boost of energy, but then you might feel tired, foggy, or irritable. Think about how your body would respond all the time instead of working smoothly. This isn't aging, it's metabolic overload.
Now here's the important difference that gives you hope instead of worry. Not all drinks made with fruit are bad for you. In fact, one fruit has been proved to enhance blood flow, lower plaque in the arteries, and help with erectile response when taken correctly. That is a pomegranate.
Clinical research published in the International Journal of Impotence Research showed that men who consistently took pomegranate extract had better erectile function. This is because the extract boosts nitric oxide activity and lowers oxidative stress. Imagine your circulation getting better on its own without drugs or stimulants. The most important things are moderation and form. Whole pomegranate seeds or diluted fresh extract keep polyphenols that are good for you without adding too much sugar. Men who move from store-bought juice to controlled pomegranate intake generally say that their hands and feet feel warmer, their stamina improves, and they have more energy in the morning within weeks. That's the power of educated choice after 60. You may replace a habit that drains you with one that actively heals you. But there is one last fruit that brings everything together. A fruit that doesn't raise blood sugar, doesn't inflame arteries, and immediately helps hormones, nerves, and blood vessels. Most males don't even think about it. In the next section, I'll tell you about this last fruit you have to eat and how it helps you stay independent, confident, and healthy for a long time. The fruit that keeps your independence, hormones, and health strong after. The avocado is the fruit that men over 60 should eat more than any other. This could surprise some people because it doesn't taste sweet, doesn't elevate blood sugar, and isn't touted as a superfood. Avocados are good for older bodies because they include healthy monounsaturated fats that help with hormone production, neuron signaling, and heart health. Harvard research shows that older men who eat a lot of healthy fats have better testosterone levels and less inflammation. Think about how you can feed your body in a way that calms it down instead of stressing it out. Avocados, on the other hand, keep blood sugar and insulin levels stable, which lets the body make nitric oxide appropriately. This is important because nitric oxide is what makes erections, memory, and stamina work well. The American Heart Association says that substituting refined carbs with healthy fats makes arteries more flexible and decreases blood pressure, both of which are important for keeping sexual health and independence. Take a moment to think about how different daily life would be if your energy levels were the same instead of going up and down. Avocados are also high in potassium and magnesium, two minerals that are important for relaxing muscles and sending signals along nerves. A lot of guys over 60 have nerve dulling that isn't really noticeable but makes them less sensitive and receptive. It's not just about supplements that help nerve health, it's also about getting nutrients in forms that the body can easily absorb. Imagine getting back your lucidity and responsiveness not by stimulating them, but by feeding them. Avocados are very potent because they substitute other foods. When men replace high-sugar fruits in drinks with meals or snacks made with avocados, their waist size shrinks, their energy levels become more stable, and their inflammation markers go down. This isn't about limiting yourself, it's about being in sync with how your body works now. For seniors, living a healthy life isn't about fighting age, it's about working with it in a smart way. Imagine waking up in the future with more energy, moving with confidence, being present with your partner and family, and knowing that you are taking care of your body instead of hurting it without knowing it. That's what picking the correct fruits beyond 60 really gives you: freedom, respect, and power. Getting older doesn't mean getting worse. It implies changing. It's not luck that men do well after 60, it's knowledge. By avoiding fruits that raise blood sugar, inflame arteries, and slow down circulation, and picking fruits that balance blood flow, support hormones, and protect energy beyond 60, you can take back control of your health in a subtle but powerful way. If this video changed the way you think about fruit and your body, please like it and subscribe to this channel. Every week, we publish health recommendations, morning routines, and anti-aging routines for seniors over 60 that are meant to help you stay strong, confident, and independent at home. The following video on your screen is directly related to what you study today and might make an even bigger difference.